Hello fellow gamers, Brent Justice here at the FPS Review, and I hope you're having a great day. Today I've got a new video card to explore with you. This is going to be a rather short video, not a lot to talk about here, but I just want to explore the video card, take a look at it, and maybe we'll summarize and talk a little bit about 8GB video cards, because yes, this is an 8GB video card. So this is the XFX SWIFT AMD Radeon RX 9060 XT OC Gaming Edition 8GB. That's right, an 8GB video card. Now this is in XFX's SWIFT line of video cards, which is its entry-level series of video cards. Now within that, for the RX 9060 XT, XFX does have a 16GB models available and 8GB models available. And even within that, there are both dual card versions, this one, and there are triple card versions as well, triple fan versions. So dual fan and triple fan versions within both the 16GB and 8GB SWIFT line, as well as black themed or white themed versions as well, white fan shrouds or black fan shrouds. So XFX actually gives you a lot of options in terms of what you're looking for. Are you looking for a, black fan shroud version or a white? And then in that, are you looking for a larger 3-fan version or a smaller, more compact 2-fan version, just like this one right here? So this is the 2-fan version. So that is what exists. Now, all models, whether it is the 16GB, 8GB, triple fan, or dual fan, all models are factory overclocked in the 9060 XT SWIFT line. So all of them have a factory overclock. They run above the stock reference AMD clock speed. So that gives it a little bit of a boost. No matter which version of it you buy, that's all going to be the same. So the specific 8GB model we're looking at today is the RX 96T SW8GB. And as you can see, it is the double fan black fan shroud version. As I mentioned, this is based on the Radeon RX 9060 XT GPU. So I will just quickly go over the specs. That was launched in June of 2025. Navi 44. RDNA 4 architecture, 32 compute units, 2048 shading units, game clock of 2530 megahertz, boost clock of 3130 megahertz, but this being factory overclocked runs higher than that. 16 or 8GB variants with GDDR6 at 21 gigabits per second on a 128-bit memory bus. TDP is 160 watts. PCIe 5.0 by 16, and that is important, especially for the 8GB model, giving it full bandwidth if it runs over that VRAM capacity. The 16GB 9060 XT launch MSRP was $349, and the 8GB RX 9060 XT launch MSRP was $299. So this, as I mentioned, is the XFX Radeon RX 9060 XT 8GB SWIFT variant, factory overclock. So this has a game clock of 2780 megahertz and a boost clock of 3320 megahertz. That means it has a 6% overclock to the boost clock and about a 10% overclock on the game clock. 8 gigabytes of standard GDDR6 at 20 gigabits per second, PCIe 5.0 by 16, and XFX does recommend a 450 watt PSU. So this has full bandwidth to PCIe 5.0 by 16. This being an 8GB video card, that will be advantageous because if you spill over that VRAM capacity, at least you have the full bandwidth of PCIe 5.0 by 16, which mitigates a little bit of that. So that's important on a video card, especially that has a lower VRAM capacity. And the 9060 XT has that full PCI Express bandwidth. So let's take a look specifically at the XFX video card. So this is based on XFX's Ghost Thermal Cooling. It has a dual fan configuration. These are very large fans. They take up the entire shroud here. Not really anything special about the fan design. There's no special you know, built-in edges or ridges or anything like that. It does have a ring that goes around the fans, kind of gives it stability there. But otherwise, not extremely fancy there. Pretty standard fan setup on this. The shroud hovers over the heatsink on here. And this does have a nickel-plated copper cold plate. So all nickel-plated copper there, 6mm heat pipes. And we can kind of see the heat pipes on here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 heat pipes there on the back. And those are all 6mm. And then there's heat pipes going through the front of the heat sink as well. And there you can kind of see that. So heat pipes throughout, 6mm fans over the shroud, blowing air. Pretty standard setup, what you would expect. This uses PTM 7950 thermal interface material, and because of the power profile, it does only need one PCI Express 8-pin connector. So standard 8-pin and just one of them. Very, very low on power there. This does have a dual BIOS, so there is a dual BIOS switch. So even down to this 9060 XT, XFX is still giving this a dual BIOS function. And for the connectors on here, this is more simplified. This being the lower tier, you do have only 2 DisplayPort and 1 HDMI. So 2 DisplayPort and 1 HDMI going on there. A little bit less connectivity than the higher end models, but still allows multi-monitor setups with all of that going on there. So that's pretty much the layout of it. Let's take a look at the back real quick. Yeah, we've got air pass-through. So even on this video card, which doesn't need a whole lot of cooling for the GPU and power, the PCB only goes to right here. And so this much is heatsink. And through that, you've got air pass-through. So that gives it more cooling. Full metal backplate. So the card is rigid and solid. It is vented on the backplate, so it won't trap heat. So that all looks great. And the way the cooling works is as you would expect, air off the top, air off the bottom, air through the back here. This is not closed off on this one. So you've got air that will also come out the back side of the card there. And of course, through the card as well. Nothing through the front IO. Well, I guess some air can still escape out because this is actually not closed in. So air can still from the fan leak out the back there. So basically in all directions on this video card, not that it runs hot at all anyway, but you've got full airflow from all directions on that. And also this has no RGB or no LED. These are just painted on. So this is literally a stealth video card here. Pretty simple design. Basically all you need for a video card, 9060 XT GPU performance. Let's take a look at the measurements on here. So I've got the official measurements pulled up, but I'm going to do my own readings here. I'm going to go shroud to shroud, and I'm coming right short of 10.5 inches on this, right short of 10.5 inches. So that is a really short video card. Very well, I mean, this will fit very well in small form factor systems, this dual card version. Now the triple fan version is going to be much longer. But if you're looking for a compact solution, you know, this is it right here. So yeah, very good that way. Going this way, we've got, oh, I like 4.75, maybe 4.5. Yeah, depends on where you measure. It's a little farther this way, 4.75, because this actually has a texture to it. This kind of dips in on the shroud, and so there's less width here and a little bit more width here on the edges. But yeah, 4.75 going that way. And you can see it does extend beyond the IO bracket there. So let's do a measurement of that. We've got it sticking out about 1.25 inches, about 1.25 inches out from the IO bracket. So you can imagine when this is installed in your computer, like so, it's going to stick, you know, from where this is in your case right here, it's going to stick about 1.25 inches out from that. So just make sure that you've got, you know, enough space here in front of the card to put your case cover there. But that's what you're looking at there. In terms of height though, this is technically considered a dual slot video card, but I'm going to say it's more than dual slot because technically, yes, the IO shield is 2 slot and all of that. The the shroud sticks up above the IO bracket there. You can see the space. So if you really measure it, and also the back of the heatsink comes up too, but if you measure this from the IO bracket to the shroud here, I mean, we're at 2 inches. So technically you could get away by saying it's a dual slot card, but no, I would make sure you have an empty slot underneath and not put anything directly up underneath it, so that it can get its full fan force going there, you know, pull in the air and not get blocked from that, because this does stick up. This sticks up from the IO bracket at like almost 1/2 inch, maybe not quite. So it does stick up over that. So just be aware, it's not as, you know, slim, but it is not as large as some other video cards. So those are all the dimensions here. The actual dimensions that XFX gives on its website is 10.63 inches in length, 4.88 inches in width, and then 1.89 inches in height. But we saw it's really like 2 inches in height because of the shroud sticking up. So be aware of that. So basically 11 inches for length and you'll be just fine. And it should still work pretty well in small form factor systems. So that's what it's made for. Very compact, very light too, not very heavy. So this does not need extra bracket support or anything like that. Very sturdy because it's all solid, and it's all solid metal on the back. This is metal on the back, and then plastic shroud. It's a solid video card, so it'll fit in some good compact systems and give good performance as well. Okay, so let's summarize this video card, and I want to talk a little bit about some of the experiences we had with it and so forth. This video card, of course, has been reviewed on our website, and I'll put a link in the description. You can check out the full review of this video card and our thoughts as well in that review about 8 gigabytes on video cards such as this. As well as 1% low testing and that sort of thing. So first of all, the TDP on this does run over the 160 watt TDP AMD reference spec. This ran up to 182 watts in our testing, because remember, this does have about a 6 to 10% factory overclock. So that factory overclock is just going to consume more power. So this was 182 watts, but that's still great, still under 200 watts. So you don't need a massive power supply to run this. It can run in a small system very well. Our GPU temperature, 57C while gaming. This ran very cool, no problems at all. The overclocking, however, it didn't really have overclocking headroom. It seems XFX is already running the factory overclock as far as the GPU can go, so it's maximizing its potential out of the box. The default average GPU frequency we had was 3108 megahertz while gaming, so that's 3.1 gigahertz. And then overclocked, we got it up to 3181, so you'll see that's only about a 2% GPU overclock, but it's already factory overclocked, you know, 6 to 10% above the AMD reference spec already. So really you are getting an as fast as you can get 9060 XT right out of the box with this. So you really don't need to mess with overclocking. It's just not necessary. It's just going to run as fast as it can run anyway, and it's going to do it at a cool temperature and at under 200 watts as well. So the thing to talk about will be the 8 gigabytes on this. The one reason, of course, you would want to buy an 8 gigabyte video card would be to save money in today's market. This video is being made in the summer of 2026. So if you see this in the future, pricing will be different and change. So make sure to check all of that. The pricing of this is different now than when it launched. Now, right now, this is about $100 over the MSRP at the recording of this video, and that still puts it about $50 under the 16 gigabyte variant. So you do still save money with this. It is, however, more expensive than it was when it launched, but it is still the cheaper option if you need to save money. Then this is an option that exists. I will just talk briefly about 8 gigabytes on video card. I don't want to get too heavily into it in this video. That is not the nature of this video. I will say that 8 gigabytes of VRAM on a video card such as a 9060 XT can work at 1080p. There are things you can do, of course, to mitigate that. You don't have to run your game at the absolute highest ultra settings. You can turn down the settings, and it's not just textures, it's other settings that also affect VRAM as well. But you can set your game to medium or high in games, and it will run fine. You can use upscaling with FSR 4 upscaling that, exists with this video card, it does not look too bad at 1080p. So that is also an option to get you there as well and not run into VRAM limitations. As I said, our review covers that in more depth as we really looked at, what's playable with this level of video card. And it can be done. It can be achieved. And in situations, in games that encounter that VRAM, brick wall that you may hit, which could potentially, yes, you could potentially hit that. It can be mitigated. It can be mitigated by lowering game settings or lowering a setting that is making it exceed that VRAM, or using upscaling. And if you do that and play at reasonable settings, depending on the game, of course, it can run it well. It still has the power of a 9060 XT, which is, very good. It's for that price range. It is what AMD has. So it can be done. So I don't want to harp on that too much. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I just want to bring it up because people will ask about that. Obviously 16 gigabyte video card is going to be better for the long run, but pricing is everything. This does save you money, and you can mitigate some of those difficulties just by changing game settings or running at, with upscaling and that sort of thing. So that exists, but that's an option, of course, for you to decide. I just wanted to show this video card to you because we have had it and we have reviewed it, and very simple design. Basically what you need for a video card in terms of design. It's just a nice basic design. But there you go, everyone. That is my look at the XFX SWIFT AMD Radeon RX 9060 XT OC Gaming Edition 8 gigabyte video card. Let me know down below what you think. And if you like this video, consider giving it a like and subscribing for more videos like this. And also let me know, would you like to hear a little bit more discussion about the 8 gigabyte versus 16 gigabyte debate? Because that is a debate that can certainly be had. Anyway, that is all for today, everyone. I hope you have a very, very blessed day. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.